The story begins not with a bold proclamation but with a swift and quiet retreat, a coin born from rejection. Itself the 1980p Susan B. Anthony dollar, a coin that represents the sharp drop-off in production and holds secret subtle value. Imagine holding in your hand a small metallic circle that carries a legacy of quiet rarity, a story of low public acceptance, and a history fused into one artifact of precision. And yet most people have no idea that this seemingly common coin could be hiding serious value right in their coin jar, particularly the extremely scarce Philadelphia P issue. Welcome back to Ultimate Rare Coins USA, the channel where every dollar tells a story and every story might lead you to a hidden fortune. Today, we are diving deep into the remarkable tale of the 1980p Susan B. Anthony dollar, its crucial low mintage of just 27,610,000 pieces, its surprising rarity at the highest grades, and its potential for subtle errors that make certain examples exceptionally valuable. We are uncovering the crucial factors that turn this second-year circulation strike into a valuable collector piece, while focusing on the unique preservation challenges faced by this low mintage coin. Now, before we unfold the mystery, take a second to like this video and subscribe, because by the time we reach the end, you might just find yourself checking every small dollar you own for that key 1980 date and its P mint mark absence. The year was 1980. America had already made its decision regarding the new small dollar. The economy, the technology, and the public perception of the Susan B. Anthony dollar were established and overwhelmingly negative due to confusion with the quarter. The U.S. Mint was forced to drastically scale back production after the massive 1979 mintages. Susan B. Anthony, a fearless leader for equality, remained on the coin, but its future in commerce was already deemed a failure by size and color confusion. The U.S. Mint continued to honor her courage, but production figures dropped off a cliff, signaling the end was near. The massive, chaotic production of 1979 was over. What they created in 1980 was a coin with an intrinsically lower supply but also a more limited distribution, making it scarce in high grades and sought after for its certified condition. At first glance it looked like the 1979 dollar, just a little older, but that was the key difference: the quantity. People had already rejected it, and that rejection led to a very low mintage that smart collectors now seek out. The coin that was supposed to streamline commerce was quickly heading toward obsolescence. But hidden in that story lies a twist of quality control and low supply, because not all 1980 Susan B. Anthony dollars were created equal, and its low overall mintage makes the preserved, uncirculated coins a true prize in high grades. The reason isn't just its size or design. It is a blend of low population, strike, and limited availability that only expert collectors and grading companies like PCGS and NGC truly understand. When a coin is graded by PCGS or NGC, it undergoes an extremely detailed inspection under magnification. Its luster, strike, surface marks, and even subtle error characteristics are analyzed to determine a precise grade from poor to perfect mint state 70. The difference between a grade of MS67 and MS68 can mean the difference between hundreds of dollars and thousands for the 1980p. Imagine that, a single microscopic contact mark or the absence of bag marks, separating a significant premium from a major numismatic score. And this is exactly what makes the hunt for a high-grade 1980p so exciting for modern coin collectors. A flawless mirror-like surface free from the heavy bag marks common on this denomination. No contact marks. No blemishes or unattractive toning. A strike so sharp it captured every detail of Susan B. Anthony's determined gaze and the majestic eagle landing on the moon on the reverse. This particular coin, when found in high grade, is authenticated and graded at the highest level possible. Its low population in high grades makes it unique among the millions of coins struck, including the just over 27 million struck in Philadelphia. That production figure is the lowest circulating mintage for any P or DSBA dollar issue, making it a true key date of the series. But to understand why the Philadelphia P coin holds such potential, we must explore its scarcity profile. The coin was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia version, known as 1980p, or sometimes just 1980, as Philadelphia often omitted the P, is the lowest circulating mintage. Its value lies in its high-grade scarcity due to the limited numbers struck and its minimal surface imperfections. While the 1979p is famous for the wide-rim variety, the 1980p is highly prized simply for its rarity and top-certified mint state condition. The absence of a mint mark is located below the portrait near the rim, which is the key to identifying this Philadelphia issue. The coin itself is made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel, over a pure copper core. It has a weight of 8.10 grams, a diameter of 26.50 millimeters, and a reeded edge. Small details that seem technical, but to coin experts, They mean everything because each of these specifications confirms its identity as a standard SBA dollar. A low mintage number, even without a dramatic error, can signal a rare collectible, especially when found in the highest certified grades and with a superior strike and high-grade scarcity. Combined with subtle flawlessness is where the true value is born. For the 1980p, imagine finding an error such as an off-center strike or a misplaced mint mark on a P. Mint specimen, a rare error-type dot, or a die break error where the coin was struck with a damaged die. From the Philadelphia production line, these errors transform an already collectible coin into a numismatic legend worth significant money. The fact is, the value of the 1980p is driven by its low population in the certification, census reports, and its minimal surface imperfections. When a coin is authenticated by PCGS or NGC and receives an MS67 or MS68 grade, it becomes a trophy for the elite collectors community. Now here is where the story turns fascinating. Most people think collecting coins is about luck, but seasoned numismatists know it's about knowledge, grading and timing the market, and spotting subtle preservation differences. When you find a coin, like the 1980p Susan B. Anthony dollar, your first move should be preservation. Never clean the coin because cleaning destroys the natural luster and reduces value dramatically. Instead, store it in an acid freeholder or a mylar flip immediately after discovery. Handle it only by the edges where the composition shows the copper layer. And if you suspect it's a high-grade specimen or one with an unusually clean surface, send it directly to a professional grading company, like PCGS or NGC. They will authenticate, encapsulate, and assign a grade, protecting both its condition and market credibility for future sale. Once graded, its value becomes official, and that is when serious collectors and auction houses take notice of the low mintage date. This is where curiosity meets opportunity, and for many watching right now, this could be the beginning of your own numismatic adventure with a sleeper coin. But the 1980 Susan B. Anthony dollar isn't just about money, it's about legacy. The coin represents the mint's second-to-last major attempt to circulate the dollar before its temporary discontinuation in 1981. Her presence on this coin marks a turning point in American history where the design failed but the idea persisted. A bold decision to keep striking the coin despite massive public rejection, and that gives the coin cultural significance beyond its metallic worth. Every collector who holds one holds a piece of defiance in history wrapped in nickel and copper. As we dive deeper into this coin's mystique, let's talk about condition. Because this is where most people underestimate value, especially for the 1980p coins are graded not only on how perfect they look, but also on their eye appeal and lack of surface abrasions. A coin that appears bright and well-centered with crisp details on the hair and the eagle commands far more attention than one with dull toning or weak strikes. A mint state coin has never been in circulation. It shows no signs of wear, and its surfaces shimmer under light. This is what collectors crave, and a perfect MS68 1980p is an extreme numismatic rarity with an auction record of $4,600. Now, here is something that might surprise you. The difference between a 1980p graded MS66 and MS67 can be hundreds of dollars, even though to the naked eye they look identical when pulled from a roll. That is why professional grading from PCGS or NGC is so critical. It turns opinions into certified facts for the low mintage issue and certifies its condition, giving your coin a universal grade recognized around the world and securing its value. Let's pause here for a quick moment, because if you are watching this and you have ever wondered whether the 1980p coin sitting in your drawers might be special, hit that like button. Drop a comment below telling us what SBA dollar dates you collect. And make sure to subscribe to Ultimate Rare Coins USA for future deep dives into astonishing discoveries. Alright, let's bring back the excitement because we are talking about a true sleeper date in the modern dollar series. Picture this: a coin released in 1980, largely ignored by the public, quietly finds redemption decades later in collectors' markets because of its production totals. Its low mintage, once a footnote, now symbolizes a major rarity milestone in numismatics. Today's serious investors look at the Susan B. Anthony series with fresh respect, because high-grade examples, especially from this low mintage year struck in Philadelphia, are becoming increasingly scarce in the highest grades. The mint only produced the coin from 1979 to 1981, and then, again, briefly in 1999. This short production run means every high-quality 1980p Susan B. Anthony dollar carries immense rarity potential. And within that limited history, the 1980p that exhibits a perfect strike stands out like a shining beacon among the others. The few high-grade examples that exist were likely preserved in mint sets are carefully selected from rolls upon release. The finder noticed something unusual about its surfaces. No contact marks whatsoever, despite its age. when it should have been heavily handled. After verifying it with magnification, they realized they held an exceptional mint specimen from the low mintage year with an incredibly sharp strike. Curiosity led them to submit it to PCGS, and what came back was exactly what high-grade collectors search for, the highest possible grade for a coin that had survived 40-plus years in the chaotic post-1979 production era. Once news of high-grade sales spread, collectors around the world started checking their own 1980p dollars. Thousands of $1,980 were examined, but only a tiny fraction matched that level of perfection. That is what makes this low mintage story so extraordinary, that you could hold the same design, the same metal, and yet, one microscopic difference in preservation, and the production total changes everything. The world of coin collecting is full of such hidden wonders, and the 1980p Susan B. Anthony dollar remains one of its most surprising and valuable stars. And as we move into the final chapter of this story in part 2, we will reveal the deeper insights of how grading, pricing, and selling come together to turn rarity into fortune, and how you can identify the right marketplaces and strategies to sell your own valuable 1980p coins. Stay tuned, because what comes next will transform the way you see every coin in your pocket forever. Now, as we move forward in this incredible journey of discovery, imagine standing at the crossroads of history and opportunity, holding the same kind of coin that once passed from hand to hand in 1980, now potentially worth thousands to the right collector. This is where passion meets precision. Because the true art of numismatics is not just about finding old coins, it is about understanding the census reports and the subtle technical differences in preservation. When you look at a 1980p Susan B. Anthony dollar, you are not simply seeing metal, you are seeing craftsmanship, the art of engraving, the science of metallurgy, and the emotion of history combined into one tangible artifact of low supply. To appreciate its high-grade value, you have to see what makes it special beyond its low mintage. This coin's condition, its flawless preservation, its unbroken luster that shines like frozen light. That is what drives collectors wild. The truth is, only a handful of 1980p dollars even come close to that level of perfection. And that is why professional grading has become the cornerstone of modern coin collecting. Organizations like PCGs and NGC exist for a reason. They remove uncertainty in a world where one coin's imperfection can mean the difference between a few dollars and thousands. Grading gives confidence, authentication, and stability to the market for this key date. When a coin is sealed inside a tamper-proof holder known as a slab, it is protected forever from damage, oxidation, or manipulation. This encapsulation not only ensures preservation, but also verifies authenticity with serial numbers, barcodes, and certification records accessible online. At any moment, you can check PCGS or NGC databases to confirm your mint coin's details, its grade, and its market performance. That is the level of transparency that separates serious collectors from casual hobbyists. And if you are thinking about selling a valuable 1980p Susan B. Anthony dollar, that step is non-negotiable. Grading first, selling second. Now, let's talk about selling, because this is the part that transforms your discovery into real value. If your coin has been authenticated and graded at a high level by PCGS or NGC, your best option is to work with reputable auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, or Great Collections. These institutions handle high-value coins regularly. They provide marketing exposure, access to elite buyers, and ensure a competitive bidding environment that drives prices higher than private sales. They also handle insurance, transport, and secure payment, which protects you from fraud or risk. The low mintage and high-grade scarcity make this a highly desirable coin for these venues. Now, if your mint coin is valuable but not yet in the thousands tier, you can still find strong offers on numismatic marketplaces like eBay or MA shops. But only after grading. Never list a raw coin for sale at high value, because unverified coins draw skeptics. Local coin shows and conventions in major cities across the United States also provide great opportunities to connect with serious collectors and dealers for the state. Always carry proper documentation and never rush a deal. Patience is everything in this field, because timing can make or break your profit margin. Prices fluctuate depending on market trends, collector demand, and even global economic conditions. The coin market, just like art or luxury collectibles, thrives on rarity, provenance, and condition. And the 1980p Susan B. Anthony dollar embodies all three in one forgotten story of low production and high strike quality. Another factor that influences value is presentation. Collectors love a good story, and if you can trace your coin's provenance, meaning its ownership history, it adds authenticity and mystique to your listing. Imagine telling potential buyers this mint coin originated from an untouched mint set or a single box of coins stored in a vault decades later. That narrative alone can elevate perceived value by hundreds. It connects emotion to metal, and emotion is what drives collectors to bid beyond logic. Now let's dig a little deeper into the technical side. The Susan B. Anthony dollar's design was created by Frank Gasparro, one of the most respected engravers in U.S. mint history. His initials, FG, can be found near the eagle on the reverse, a small detail that often goes unnoticed, but is essential to the design. The obverse features the bold profile of Susan B. Anthony surrounded by 13 stars representing the original colonies, and the inscriptions, Liberty and In God We Trust. The reverse shows an eagle landing on the moon, a nod to the Apollo 11 mission, a symbol of progress, courage, and American ingenuity. This imagery made the coin not only a tribute to Susan B. Anthony's fight for equality, but also a celebration of American achievement in space exploration. The blend of historical and technological pride gave this coin a dual identity. But unfortunately, its similarity in size to the quarter led to confusion that hurt its circulation. The low mintage of 1980 is the direct result of that initial public rejection. That is why condition matters so much for the 1980p, because a coin that survived decades without wear or scratches is more than rare. It's a low mintage miracle with premium surface quality. So how do you know if your 1980p Susan B. Anthony dollar could be valuable? First, check for the absence of a mint mark below the portrait above the date. If there is no letter, it is from Philadelphia. Next, look at the coin's surfaces under bright light for any subtle die errors or die polishing lines which indicate an early strike. Any doubling of letters or design details could indicate a rare pigment error which adds significant value. Also inspect the coins, rim, and field for any strange die chips or breaks, particularly near the date or the letters. Finally, look for the highest possible luster and a clean strike with no distracting marks on the high points of the hair. Understanding these elements makes you a smarter collector and brings you closer to discovering your own fortune. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate the significance of the 1980p as a key date. Its low production total seals its fate as a required rarity for any serious Susan B. Anthony set. Her presence on a coin was groundbreaking at a time when no real woman had been featured on a circulating U.S. coin. She broke barriers, and her legacy continues to inspire generations. Every time you hold this coin, you hold a symbol of empowerment, progress, and equality. The coin market thrives on stories like this where history and rarity meet emotion and discovery. The low mintage 1980p issue is highly liquid in the high grades. Its scarcity is a certified fact due to the low production total. The surge in interest for high-grade SBA dollars has made the 1980p a fantastic investment. Prices for high-grade p-mint coins have increased steadily in recent years, showing that this is a recognized key date. And that brings us to you watching this video. Maybe you have been collecting coins for years, or maybe you are just starting out. Either way, every collection begins with curiosity, and every collector has that one coin that changes everything. So here is your challenge. After watching this video, go through your change jars, your coin albums, even your old drawers. Look for any 1980p Susan B. Anthony dollars. Examine them carefully under light, specifically checking for errors in contact marks and premium strike sharpness. And if you find something special, do not rush to sell. Learn, study, compare the census numbers. And when you are ready, grade and present it the right way. That is how you turn discovery into value and history into wealth. And if you want to stay ahead of the next big find, hit that like button and subscribe to Ultimate Rare Coins USA, because every week we uncover new stories, new treasures, and new opportunities hiding in plain sight. Coins are more than money. They are time machines. They carry the fingerprints of history and the dreams of a nation. From the first design sketch to the final press, every coin tells a story. And the 1980p Susan B. Anthony dollar is one of the most compelling chapters in American numismatics. So, do not underestimate what you hold. Today's low mintage pocket change could be tomorrow's certified rarity. And who knows, maybe the next MS68 1980p will be found by you. So keep watching, keep learning, and keep searching, because the world of rare coins is full of surprises that can change your life forever. This has been Ultimate Rare Coins USA. Where history meets value and collectors become legends. So, until next time, stay curious, stay passionate, and may your next discovery shine brighter than silver itself.